Alright, this is part 2. Now you have your IP, you looked it up, so you go to server properties, and then you go to server IP. You put in for your IP 60, what your IP is, or you could just do 0.0.0.0. That'll just do the same thing, or you could just leave it blank, because it'll just link it automatically. Then so everything's set up right here. Now we're gonna have to go and port forward it. So go to whatever. So you're gonna, the way you port forward is you go to your console. So type in cmd and you type in ipconfig, and this pops up. You need to go all the way up until you find default gateway, and it'll be for the wireless LAN adapter. And then there's gonna be like these letters. You don't need that. The IP right here, that's the one you type into here. So 192.168.1.1. Take you to your router settings. Mine's kind of fancy, so okay. So you log in, then you go to your security. Go apps and gaming. Well, yours will look a lot different. Just go where you can port forward. So I'll go to port range forwarding, and you put in your port. See, I already port forward it. And then how to know what your device IP is? You go back to where your IP is, and it says right here, the IPv4 address. It will be the exact same thing as your default gateway, but then it'll have something point at the end. So mine's 135. That's my device, so I put it in there. So all of this is listening onto my computer. Press OK. So port forwarding is done now, and your server for Bungie is pretty much done. Oh, not Bungie, God, Bukkit. So you just start it, and I'll show you that it works. Failed to bind the port. Oh, because I didn't stop it. Okay. Here, let me. Because I have like a couple servers, so I can't keep them running like that. So I'm gonna go change the properties. I'm gonna change it to 55667 file save. Start the server. Okay, now I go to here. Server address would be your public IP, so 67.173.143.161. If you have it on 25565, you don't need to add this, but I don't. I have it on 25567. Done. Go all the way down. Join server. Logging in. And here's your little Bukkit server that you created. Bukkit's good because they have a lot of updates and stuff, but I prefer Spigot because it enhances to make it less laggy, because right now I feel like a little like lag, but if I use Spigot it works a lot better. So now to set up a Spigot server, so let's stop this server. Stop. Oh yeah, that's why the 25566 was already running, so that's why it said failed to bind a port, because it was already running. So stop this, and then plugins, all you do is click and drag them into your plugins folder, and that's it. Okay, so Bukkit, that's done. I'll just remove that, put that in my recycle bin. Okay, for Spigot, do the same thing how we started. New text document, and then start. But then for Spigot, the code is a little different. I'll have the code in the description. I'll just get it from my server. So factions, edit, copy. Alright, so you put it in here, this code. The XMS means how much you want it to start at. So it'll start at 1 gigabyte and then it'll start steadily going up to 6. Well, it's roughly 6. And then the max perm size would be, let's say someone does a permission and let's say it's over, mine I set to 2 gigabytes. Let's say it's 3 gigabytes permission. It will crash the server because it's too high of a permission for the server to handle. So it doesn't really crash, it just stops the server so it won't crash and cause any bugs. So we're gonna now need to download the spigot.jar from the website. So we're gonna go to spigot.mc.org. High performance Minecraft. Downloads. You press just downloads. And then the last successful article. So it'd just be spigot.jar. Keep. Let that load. Now let's put this on my desktop. Close that. Okay, do file, save as, forgot to do this. Start.bat. Okay, now it's there. Delete this file. Put the spigot, but delete anything that goes in front of it. So it'd be just spigot. So now I just press start and let it load. It defaultly will go on 25565, and I have a server running right now, so it failed to bind the port. So all we do is go in the properties, edit with notepad, go to 2556, file, save, close that. Why am I opening that? Okay, start. Now it should load fine now. It loads just like the Bukkit. But the difference is, in Spigot you can also stop X-raying, so you don't need to download extra plugins. And then you can control how many mobs spawn, you can control the lag count, you can control a lot of stuff. You even have more files loading here, because then you can, like, let's see, Spigot right here. You can edit the messages, the settings, the stats, the world settings, a lot more stuff than Bukkit. So the server is done. Now I'm going to show you that you can join it. I'm going to edit that to 25566 join server. You'd do the same port forwarding the exact same way. And I feel like Spigot, it offers more variety of terrains. And it lags a lot less. Right now my FPS is always at 30, so that's pretty good. So that's how you set up a server, and all you do, same thing. If you want to add plugins, just click plugins and put plugins into here. Your log is like the console log. So let's say someone, I don't know, banned someone, and they said they didn't do anything. You can check in here if they did anything bad or wrong. This just shows you exactly what's happening on the server. And then if you want to stop the server, do /stop. Oh yeah, I'm not op. We'll just do stop here. Stop server, saves it. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and if you want me to do any tutorials for any plugins, just shoot me a fast message or a comment, and I'll get to it ASAP. Thank you for watching. See ya.